Now, so as I said, pre-scene will be released for CIMA students around 7th or 8th October for November exam. For ACCA students, it will be around 25th November for December exam. So CIMA classes we will run around maximum till 28th November. You must have seen the schedule which I shared. And ACCA exam we will be running by around first week of December. Because once we will have the pre-scene material, we need to do the classes based on the pre-scene material for giving confidence to students. Those classes are not to be done by CIMA students. I have written after 28th November till 2nd December, only ACCA classes we will be running. CIMA students don't need to attend those classes because they will be deviating from what will be there in their exam. Now, before proceeding further, who will be giving exam in December or November for ACCA and CIMA? Who will be giving exams? I mean to say, is there anyone who don't want to give exam in November or December? Is there anyone, just that person should say, I don't want to give, I will not give, or any specific reason? No need to say Trideep, just only that person should say who don't want to give exam in November, December. Anyone in the class who don't want to give exam in November, December for CIMA or ACCA, anyone in the class? Anyone? Ansita, Arnab, Dinesh, Chanakya, Krishna, Madhura, anyone? यानी कि कोई नहीं है. Nobody is there who don't want to give exam in November, December. The question comes here. There are two aspects for this. First of all, for November, December exam, we are starting class today. Believe me, how I will give you confidence. I can start the class after 15-20 days also. Then also we can prepare very well for both the exams. So we are already in advance as compared to what should be the normal time to start the classes. We are already starting earlier. I have taught CIMA ACCA. This ACCA case study exam is happening since September 2018. CIMA exams are happening since 2015 beginning. And every term the students are taught these case study classes and exams. In both the exams, in ACCA SBL and in CIMA strategic case study, continuously, not I am talking about one single term, continuously the result is at least 70%. At least 70%. Sometime it is even 80% plus. I am talking about my student result. I am not boosting myself. मैं अपने आप को praise नहीं कर रहा. But that's the fact. कि in every term when the students are giving exams for case study, the result is minimum 70%. That means suppose in a class there are 50 students. Out of 50, if suppose 20 or 25 are giving exams, so out of 20, 25, minimum 70% students will pass the exam. That's again my guarantee for this batch also. For this batch also, for November, December exam, whoever will be giving exams, I will produce a result minimum 70% for both the students. Now you need to understand, it is simple. That means when the 70% is the pass rate, that means it's not difficult to crack. It's not that difficult because 70%, 80% results are there in 12th class, 10th class, BCom exams. So it is like that. But don't, with this language, with this past data, you need to think that year pass to hoenge. ऐसा नहीं. You need to follow exactly what I will be telling. Believe करिए, you have the objective to pass the exam. My objective to make you pass. So our target, our goal is one. So our path should be same. You should be following a different path, you will be following, and I am saying something different in the class, that's not allowed. Have faith on me, have trust on me, कि when sir I have joined the classes, when you have joined the classes, that means you have seen the videos on the YouTube and everything. Just continue that trust on me, because I am very much concerned with your investment of time and money, that you should be getting the successful results. This is not Sudipta and Surojit APM exam, where the pass percentage is 30% and all that. Difficult exam to pass. APM, AFM in ACCA, Advanced Auditing and Assurance, Advanced Taxation are difficult exam to crack. But Strategic Business Leader Case Study and Strategic Business Reporting in ACCA are easy to pass. In some of the groups, somebody was saying, never appear for APM exam because it is one of the fucked up paper in my life. Somebody was saying, it is one of the worst fucked up paper, worst exam I ever experienced in any format. That person was saying. I don't know who is that person. He was saying about APM that this is the worst exam anybody can give. Now, I don't know why he's saying this, but according to me, I understand APM exam is difficult. Advanced Auditing and Assurance is difficult. Somebody is saying in the social media, I gave the exam twice. APM exam I given twice. Or Advanced Auditing and Assurance I given twice. But when I gave the first time, I was not prepared. I was not doing the thing which I should be doing. I was not analyzing the requirement of the questions. So I was writing a wrong answer. My preparation was not appropriate. So when I gave the exam next time, then I realized that actually this mistake I did. They are sharing their experience with you. You go on YouTube, you go, because nowadays everybody can say anything. YouTube was earlier also there, now it is there. Don't hear what I am saying. See, those who got the success next time, what was the problem they faced? Why they didn't pass first time? Then you will be able to analyze, maybe you were doing the same mistake. Similarly, suppose a strategic case study for CIMA, or I will say that ACCA, SBL, somebody gave exam 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, couldn't pass. There are students, couldn't pass. And some of those students are good also. They are scoring say 40 to 50 in ACCA, SBL. In CIMA, they are scoring 70 to 80. They are just near to pass. But if they have given 2 times, 3 times exam, definitely there is some issue. Some problem is there. Don't think that your paper is not checked properly. That doesn't happen in CIMA, ACCA. Impossible. You may not be following the instructions which should be followed while writing a proper answer. The problem is that for this type of exam, there is no fixed answer. Even in APM also, there is no fixed answer for a question. But if you say in APM, maybe around 20 to 30% there will be a common write-up by different students. Here, the answer will be totally 100% different by the 20 students in the class. By the 50 students who are giving exams. There is no fixed answer for any question in case study exam. It's your thought process. How you are analyzing a situation. How you are practical in dealing with that situation. Because for any question when you write answer, there is nothing anywhere written in any book for case study exam. ये क्वेश्चन है, इसका आंसर nowhere written. When the institutes are writing the answers, CIMA, ACCA model answers, then they are saying, we are not receiving any challenge from anybody in the world on the basis of the model answer. Nobody can challenge. They are saying, this is not the only answer which is possible. You may have a different opinion, different logic, different justification, which is related with the question requirement, which is related with the scenario, which is not covered in the model answer. You will be given due credit for your answer. You will be given proper marks for your answer. Don't take tension that it is not written in the model answers. That is written by the institute before writing the model answers. That means it's an open-ended exam. And it is very much relevant for all of you who are there in the class. For all of you. Why it is very much relevant? Because as per my understanding, you all are working somewhere. Most of you have the work experience in the class more than 10 to 15 years. Even many have experience of even greater than 20 years. And minimum to minimum, everybody in the class have an experience of at least 2 to 3 years. So when you are working in any organization, maybe at any level, maybe at operational level, maybe at managerial level, maybe at a senior position. At any level you are working in the organization. To solve your problems or issues, are you opening books and materials? I don't think so. Whether you are dealing with the financial matters, and suppose the company requires funding, whether the company should be raising the funds through debt or equity, are you opening any book? I don't think so. You are analyzing in your company, if you are at a managerial level, senior level, and you need to suggest to the board members for a project how the funds should be raised, then you are analyzing your company's situation. That what is our profit level, what is our existing borrowing, what is our debt equity ratio, in the new project, what is the risk, how much earnings we are going to generate, how much cash flow will be there. Based on that, what source of funding we can go. In the market, if we go for share issue, whether the public will take the shares or not, whether the market is doing well or not, whether the company performance is good or not, that's all the things comes in your mind. Neither any write-up nor any write-up written in any book. Because in any book, they are not talking about your situation. They are talking about general common explanation. कि भाई फंड कब लेना चाहिए, whether we should be raising debt or equity, what should be the criteria we should be thinking. Now, to discuss that criteria, I don't need to open any book. I will be discussing in the class the cost of capital, capital structure, how the funding should be raised in a very practical manner. Not that I am going into any study material and opening debt, equity, under equity, rights issue, bonus issue, under equity, cost of debt, WACC. I am not going into calculation. Reason being that in any exam of case study, CIMA case study or ACCA case study, they are not asking any calculation. The calculator will not be used in the exam. If the calculations are there, that is being done by the examiner already. That is already there in the scenario. The calculations are already given. And for suppose any calculation, you need to do 2 plus 3 or something. That maybe you can do verbally also. You don't need to do the calculation. You don't need to show the calculations. You just need to analyze the situation, that in this given situation, what should be the best course of action to raise the funds. By analyzing the company's situation. Now, all of you are writing the answer that this is the situation in the company. But suppose one of the student is saying that companies should be raising the funds by issuing shares, equity. Somebody saying that no, companies should be raising the funds by debt. Somebody saying that companies should go for mixture of debt and equity. That final conclusion, yours and mine, can be different. You can't force me that whatever you are thinking, I need to think along the same lines. Because it is not 2 plus 2, 4. But when you are saying that we should be raising equity, you are giving justification. You are giving your logic. When I am saying that it should be debt, then I am giving my logic. The logic should be justifying whatever I am recommending. Whatever we are recommending. Without justification, without proper analysis of the situation, if we are saying something, that doesn't have any value in the exam. It is just an example I am saying. There are so many situations like this. So mean to say that if you want to become very much technical, you can't write something. You will say that, sir, what I will write? I cannot write the answers. I will not practice in writing. I will be continuously in the class, after the class, giving you assignments for coming 2.5 months, 3 months, continuously. You are bound to write the answers for those assignments. You can't say I am very busy. You can't say that Durga Puja, Diwali, Eid, this, that we already know. According to me, this is the best time to study because office pressure slightly less, slightly. But if you say March term, February, March, even more pressure. Then the February, March over, then the year ending pressure. This is the best time. It's, you can say, family time, festival time. But then you need to study. You need to follow instructions. You need to write the answers. You need to solve the assignments. Whatever will be given to you. If you are not ready, then be ready that 99% you will not give exam. And if you give exam, you will be coming in that 30-20% who will not pass the exam. You have to force yourself to always write the answers for the assignments. Because when you continuously force yourself, then in the exam, whatever will come, you are very well prepared to write a good answer which can give you pass mark. But that's the only way by which we can pass. So the problem arises in this subject. If there is a question, we are reading the question. We are reading the answer. We are never trying to write. There are some students who have already some problem with the English language, not convent educated. I always say, I am in your category only. My English is not a literature type English. But they are not testing your English knowledge. It's not a literature exam that you need to write very hi-fi English sentences and all that. Common, understandable English. You can do grammar or spelling mistake in the exam. No problem. No negative marking. But whatever you are communicating, other persons should be able to understand. That's most important. So if those students, some students may be like me, their English is not good, then in that case, for you, the practice is even more important. You are bound to write the answers. I have seen so many students and they are not hearing at all. I am saying you write the answers, they don't write. 1 or 2 times they have written the answer, writing in 1 paragraph, whereas the answer need to be written 4 or 5 paragraphs, and they are never hearing me. They are already declared as fail before the exam only, because they can't pass. And if suppose in the class there are 50, 60 students, and there are 15, 20 are writing the answers. Balance, why they are not writing? What's the problem? I can't solve that problem. And those who are writing, if 1 or 2 of you are writing very less answer, very less write-up, or not covering the scenario, you need to check how others are writing. Because we need to upgrade ourselves based on comparative analysis. And it's not rocket science. It's not something which you don't understand. When we are saying that we are working in an organization for such years, it's not a technical exam. It's whatever you have done in the organization so many years, it's that exam. But practice is must. Even though you have good literature English, then also. Because it's not an English literature exam. It's a business case study, business issues, business problems, business opportunities that they are going to ask in the exam. So if you don't prepare yourself with a continuous write-up of answers to submit, I will evaluate in the class, after the class, we can't pass this exam. Be ready for that. That we all can give exam and pass the exam. All the assignments we need to solve. You can't say मेरा तबीयत खराब है, ऑफिस में काम है, ये सब बात फायदा नहीं. Neither in message, neither in mail, nothing. What we need to study, from where we will study, whatever I will say, please follow that. Have a trust on me. इधर उधर 50 जगह मत जाइए. Because since it is an open-ended exam, you can go anywhere, not required. Be focused that हम कहां से क्या क्या पढ़ने वाले. What is our area of study, how we are going to study, follow that whatever I am saying today. That's my request to all of you.